He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates-in-law.
Roommates-in-law, Jamas.
Hello, Timothy Smith.
How are things?
Can't complain, dude. I mean, I guess before that though, we're not roommates,
Not brothers-in-law.
but
Good
we
friends.
are good friends.
Good friends. Tom, we haven't potted since my 6th grade year.
I know a little behind the scenes for everyone. The last two were pre-recorded in Bleecker Street Studios when I was in New York about a month ago. So,
It feels like, I mean,
I
holy
guess it
crap.
was only 3 weeks, but yeah, I mean, I've been missing it. If I'm
Well,
being
this
honest.
was the whole plan was that we would have 3 weeks worth of shit to talk about. But then you're like, I gotta get a little pod in my life. You know what we could do? We could call each other.
Oh, yeah, we could do
We
that.
could, because every time I have a story, I'm like, I'm gonna wait for the pod. It's gonna be
I know,
sick.
me too. I do the same thing. I always want to tell you, and then I'm like, well, I'll just I'll wait
Guess
for
we
the
could just
podcast. But now it's been 3 weeks, and it's,
rip the pod. Well, I mean, I gotta
miss you,
come out.
dude.
I missed you too, 2 months. I gotta come out hot and heavy here. I made a huge mistake, and I bought a scale.
Well, we
And
talked about
Tom-
this the last time we potted.
Wait, I talked about now that I need to get a scale.
Yeah, we both agreed that we're getting scales and we're losing weight.
I mean, this was devastating news, Tom.
When was the last time you weighed yourself?
Well, here's the thing. As I've weighed myself when I was Jim Smith, I was weighing myself at the gym, but it's with one of those scales from 1912 where you're
Is it
doing
the
like the
click,
whole
click,
pulleys
click?
and ladders system. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like something that Aristotle invented or something.
Yeah.
Is Aristotle who I'm looking for there?
I actually I have no idea.
No.
I think-
Leonardo da Vinci. Wasn't he the big inventor?
No, that was the Titanic guy. It's
No. He was an actor.
yeah. No,
Yeah, Da Vinci invented all sorts of stuff.
Oh man, he really has a body of work. He's one of the greatest actors of all time, and
He's got a body on him too. Let's see. Da Vinci.
Yeah, Da Vinci did all the gadgets and stuff like that.
Yeah, inventions. He did all sorts of great stuff. So yeah,
Isn't it why there's like 5 people that like all inventions are just they trace back to.
Well, we're kind of out of inventions. Everything is computer now. So like the only thing that's like AI is going to invent everything from here on out.
Yeah, that's true. I guess like the guys that did Microsoft and like, you know, the whole PayPal mafia and everything, they're going to be like the Da Vinci's. It's like Elon Musk is going to be like the Da Vinci in a couple hundred years.
Which is heartbreaking because like if nobody's going to
sucks.
invent, like if somebody invented like the tea kettle now, everybody be like, what are you out of your mind?
Yeah, it would be an as seen on TV thing.
Where have you been? Yeah, it'd be bullshit like that. It would be like the what's it called? The what's that guy? He got in trouble for like beating up a hooker. He was like really popular for a little while.
Mark Wahlberg.
No, he got in trouble for beating up a minority, murdering a minority.
Yeah, like aggressively. I didn't know how bad of a guy Mark Wahlberg was. And then our good friend Laura Peak really went on a rant about him. And I was like, was it that bad? And then we did some research. It's
it wasn't
really
cute.
dark. It's really
it wasn't
dark.
cute. He also said that if he was on the Flight 93, it wouldn't have gone down that way.
Yeah. And I do believe that.
Well, yeah, because like, hey, Mark, when's the last time you flew commercial, you idiot?
Yeah.
You want to know why you weren't on that flight? Because you're too good for it, you piece of
you're
shit.
flying PJs. Anyways, sorry. What were we just talking about?
Leonardo DiCaprio, he dates 19
we're both fat.
inventions. Oh, I bought a scale and I've been spiraling, Tom. Here's the hard news. I'm a fat man.
No, you're not.
Tom,
A fat man?
our good friend Alex Dragovich is 6'6" and he weighs 6 pounds more than I do.
Which is crazy because you don't look worse than him.
Tom, am I a thick boy?
You're thick, dude. You're thick and it hides well. Well, we've talked about this before because we're the exact same height. We're both 6'3", and we weigh like I weigh, I don't know, 15 pounds less than you, something like that.
You don't weigh 185.
No, I weigh 175.
You're a cool 25 pounds lighter than I am.
We don't look that different, I don't think, in build.
I really don't know. I mean, I'm spiraling here.
Well, you got.
I mean,
you got a dumper on you.
I got to lose 25 pounds.
We can do it.
That's 25's too much. That would be like my high school weight. I'll
Oh
never
yeah.
be what I was in high
Where
school.
did you get that from?
I got to lose, 20 pounds. I got to lose 20 pounds. I think 180 is a solid weight.
All right, let's start with 10. You're 2 bills right now?
2 of them, Tom. Tom, I mean, it starts with a 2. Well, it's 198.9, which rounds up to 199, which, look, I got terrible news for you.
Yeah.
That's rounding up.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody I weigh 199 pounds.
They're like, okay, well.
Yeah, it's like I'm 5'11 and 3/4.
Why don't you finish your sandwich? See what you clocked in then.
I mean, it's, and I took my clothes off because I was over 2 with like jeans and belt on.
I do the same thing.
And I just took my belt off and wrapped it right around my neck. And I was like, you know what? This sucks.
Maybe I'm lighter if I'm hanging from the ceiling. Sorry. That was really dark, everyone. Pretty early in the pod for just a gruesome suicide joke.
Like, damn, I guess if I was hanging from the ceiling fan and just rips right out of the ceiling. It's like max capacity is 198 pounds.
Wait, speaking of, I got to turn mine off because it's giving me, is it giving weird flashes in the background here?
No, not really. I didn't even notice it was on.
Oh, sweet. All right, cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm right there with you. Well, dude, I was like, after we talked about it, I was like, all right, I just need to like eat better on the road. And then I just was on like a 10-day trip, getting another 5 pounds.
Well, it's too difficult. It's too easy to go get whatever or to order it in. I mean, what are you going to do? You're in a hotel room.
Texas, I had tacos or barbecue every single day.
Boy, I'm not mad at that though. I mean, is barbecue unhealthy?
Well, you know where barbecue sneaks up on you? It's the sides.
The mac and cheese sides.
I'm getting mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, baked
elote, which is shit all over it.
Yeah, it's just so much cream and then you're eating a pound of beef as well.
Well, I mean, like, what's the other option?
Get a salad? What the hell?
Salad, I guess.
Well, I also, what I like doing, I like going to the local place. Like, I like, doing the thing in that city.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, Kelsey Cook, I need to take a page out of her book. She just knows, like, the chains she likes hitting. Like, Cava is it's like a kind of an upscale chain, but it's like you can get a nice salad bowl there. Or like sweet greens. Yeah, this is her Panda. But it's like, instead of like, going to the local bar that they're like, it's the best burger in town, that I always go to. If someone tells me it's the best thing in town, I always go get it.
100%. Best wings in town? Sure. I'll go have the best wings in town.
I'll go eat 18 of them.
And then you talk to that person, like, they're pretty good, right? And you're like, in your head, you're like, they were as good as any wing I've ever had in my entire life. Yeah. But then what comes out of your mouth is, honestly, they were amazing.
They were so good.
Is that homemade blue cheese? That's incredible.
Great rack, by the way.
And they're like, yeah, people really love it. People really love it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Things have to change. So Tom, we gotta hold each other accountable because I can't get fat. I can't be a fat guy.
No, we can't be fat guys yet. Late in our careers, we can. No, I'm gonna be a fat guy at some point for sure.
No, I mean I'm gonna be a hardcore drug addict at some point. That's for sure.
You'll be really thin.
Yeah, I want to be. When you hit like late 70s, I'm just gonna go all in on everything. Why not?
I guess like that's probably not gonna be. Actually, it will be what kills you then.
Yeah,
I don't know. Call in if you're a doctor. At what age is old enough to develop a crippling drug addiction?
I mean, like, wouldn't you rather go out that way than just like wilting away into nothing?
Well, I think the sad thing is a lot of people do go out on drugs, but it's just, they're all medicated, but it's just, you're just like,
you're not really having any fun.
No, it's like you're taking like 6 pills a day. Why not ramp that up to 10?
Yeah. I want to just absolutely be on mushrooms and cocaine and meth and like go to an amusement park.
Meth. Start meth late in the game. I mean, I do think it would be funny to be like a grandpa that's just always on mushrooms.
just tripped out all the time. Just the grandpa that's all of a sudden out of nowhere starts saying this shit where you're like, dude, do you ever realize that we're just like on a big rock?
We could be tiny people on a small speck of dust or huge people on a massive rock.
And everybody's like, damn, grandpa, that's dumb as hell.
Anyways, this is a CVS, sir.
Anyway, right here, eat your mashed potatoes, grandpa. I don't know. I think that would be fun, but we can't get fat. Fat is never a good look.
No, and I don't want to body shame anyone, but we're a couple kids trying to make it in the entertainment industry. And I'll tell you what, if you watch a TV show, even the ugly people or the quote unquote like nerds or like the people that are perceived to be less attractive on TV, they're hot as shit and they're keeping.
Well, they're also still in good shape, even if they're not. Even if they're not like good looking people, they're in good shape.
I mean, look at the kid from White Lotus, like the nerdy nice guy. He's like 6'3" and jacked.
Just ripped.
Yeah, he's got a jawline that could
just ripped to shreds. To be fair, he's like 22 in that. So, you're supposed to be. But yeah, you just can't put also, but just not even for the aesthetics of it. Life just gets tough when you're fat.
You're feeling bad lately?
Tom, I am in Spiral Zone USA right now.
Oh, man.
That thing popped up and said 198.9, and I was like,
just screamed.
I yelled at Lizzie. Lizzie came in. She's like, "Oh, I weigh exactly what I weighed in high school."
Liz,
and I'm like, well,
you can.
I didn't need that.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't need that.
You gotta say, no, yeah, what we should do together. Sorry, you guys. I was just doing Tim's material again, real quick.
Don't you fucking dare recite my.
It would be incredible if
Lizzie
pulled that move on you,
and it worked.
We should get in the gym, and you didn't even notice that you were falling for it.
Well, I didn't notice until like 3 months in, and then I'm like, wait, whoa!
That's my joke.
That's my whole bit.
So are you Jim Smith again? You getting back in there?
It's a must happen. The diet's got to change. I got to eat better. Actually, I would say my diet isn't.
You and Lizzie, every time I'm there, you guys are eating pretty good stuff.
We're not eating. It's not poo-poo, I would say, but not. I'll say this: there was about a 6-year stretch when we lived in the Midwest. Stop me when you've heard of it. It's a city called Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a good up and coming city.
Where I would say I was eating a burrito 8 times a week.
From where? Taco Burrito Palace?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Taco House. Or no, Burrito House.
Burrito House. Yeah, they're all very similar.
Now, there was a stretch. Like when I went back to Chicago recently, I was there for 3 days. I ate 4 burritos.
Yeah. So you're averaging, when you live in Chicago, you average over 1 burrito a day.
I wouldn't.
Those are big
I would say,
numbers.
how about this? This is a fair number. I would say 0.5 burritos a day for 6 years.
Okay. Well, the math on those last 2 examples was over 1. You said 8 burritos per week and then 4 in 3 days.
So, fuck, that's true. And here's the problem. It was after drinking 13 beers.
Right. Yeah, these are not. I mean, I was the same way in Chicago.
So then I go fatten my way home, and then I get there and I'm just, I'm fat, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'll just get fatter. How about a burrito?
You were never fat in Chicago, though.
Brother, there were some photos I've seen of Chicago Tim, and it was like, oof.
Is that when you grew the beard out, too? Hide it a little bit?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's a problem. You know how like fat people say, like if you grew up fat, you kind of always have that mentality in your head. Like even if they lose a bunch of weight, they still feel like the fat kid. So I'm the opposite of that. I was Mr. In Shape my entire life. So I just think like, yeah, I'm keeping it together, but I'm a big fat man, Tom.
I don't know how many times I got to tell you on this that you're not fat, but we can get back. I'm the same way though, because I just hit the phase of my life where like when you
metabolism slowing down.
Well, yeah, it's like when I gained 5 pounds 2 years ago, I could lose that again in a week.
Sure,
like it's just like work out, eat better, and it's like right back down.
Fixed, problem solved.
Now it's like it's snowballing, and I'm like, I can't get ahead of it.
Yeah, it's not great.
I also think that maybe making my whole recent brand around eating chili for every meal was not the best move for this endeavor.
Well, this was something we saw a little while ago, Tom. We knew this wasn't going to end well.
No, yeah. But
you
I was
can't be the chili guy.
Dude,
this is not the horse you want to hitch your wagon to.
I know, and I've been off the chili game for like a month, and I still almost every day get tagged in some chili recipe or get sent a thing, and I'm like, oh, this is my whole thing. Someone sent me a message yesterday, goes, so are you just done with the chili thing, or are we still doing that?
So I'm just
are
pissed. we? Because I have a big pot of chili in the kitchen right now. And what am I supposed to do with it if you're not eating chili right now?
I love the idea that it's someone else's life is getting ruined because of this. They're like,
babe, throw the chili out.
Tom's not doing it anymore.
I mean,
I gotta get off.
No,
the chili
you gotta
game.
be off the chili. I also have this problem of I can't when I see chicken wings on a menu.
Yeah,
I order
chili.
them.
That's your chili. I've seen it happen. I've seen you settle on another menu item. Say, I'm gonna get the chicken Caesar salad, and the waitress comes and goes, "What can I do for you? I'll have the buffalo wings, please." It's amazing to watch. You go autopilot. Oh.
My brain, and I don't even know I ordered them until they get delivered, and I'm like, I went chicken wings again.
I kind of blacked out there. Did I order chicken wings? Like you did. Yeah, you
shit.
said extra blue cheese as well.
Thought I got the kale salad. Oopsies.
Just tell the waiter, are you sure I didn't order the salad? All right, I guess.
He's like, come on, man, look at you. You think you're ordering a salad? Fat fuck.
What are you, $1.99?
Like, what are you, pushing 2 hunch? He's like, I know your friends are telling you it's just because you have a thick build, but no, it's because you're gross.
It's the wings, dude.
I mean, Tom, I ordered the scale last night because I went to watch a clip to have it chopped up, and I saw a big fat guy on stage, and I was like, well, when do I get on? And it was me, Tom.
Who's this opener? He's kind of doing my thing.
I mean, he's crushing, but God, he's gross. It was me.
Well, we're gonna do it, dude. We just gotta hold each other accountable. We'll lose 10 to start.
I think a scale was a really good start because numbies don't lie.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm in the same boat. When I get back and I stand on that scale, it's like, all right, well, today's gonna be a healthy day.
That's not the number.
I'll tell you what I did yesterday though. In my like I'm back for 3 days, and I always think I'm like, well, in 3 days I can get completely healthy again before hitting the road.
Obviously.
And so I went and then I ate healthy yesterday, and then I went to the gym, got a little workout in, did a little run, lift some weights, went to cool down, shoot some hoops by myself, and then some other people showed up. We get a game of 3-on-3 going. And it's 4-on-4. It's 5-on-5. I ended up playing basketball for 3 hours. I'm not kidding you, Tim. I can hardly stand up right now.
Did you fall out of bed?
Dude, I couldn't get out of bed this morning. I stayed in bed for like an extra hour and a half because of how sore I am. I dislocated my shoulder again. It all came. It fell apart.
You grabbing the rim for no reason?
No, this one was just on a deflected pass. Just shoulder came right out. I was like,
yeah, there it is.
Played the rest of the game though.
Well, you went real hero ball for no reason.
Dude, I love playing basketball. So
you popped it back in. Everybody was like, whoa, let's stop. And you're like, nah, keep running. I'm good. And you popped it back in.
They didn't even notice.
Went and got a big stop on defense, slap the floor.
I did get a block in yesterday. I think I've blocked 2 people ever in my life playing basketball. And
see, I was about to say, you feel like a guy that like had the sneaky good timing. There was a guy I played basketball with in high school, pretty decently athletic guy, but he was really great at timing. He could block everybody's shot. He just could time it perfectly.
Yeah, that's not really me. I'm not quick enough.
No,
but
okay. I thought you had that in you.
I play hard. I appreciate that, dude.
I thought you had that little bit of a dog in you.
I do have. I mean, you know what shitty move I do, and this is boring for 90% of the people listening to it, but I do the reach around steal.
Oh yeah, I mean, I hate those. I hate getting pickpocketed that way, though.
It's brutal.
It is the most annoying.
But I have long arms, so I can kind of do it really easily.
Yeah, that's the worst because you're like, well, I blew past this idiot. It's layup city right now.
Yeah, nope.
Oopsies.
I did get called a
Anywho.
bitch twice to my face.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It
was it a nice bitch? Was it
No.
like trying to start shit, or was it just like, yeah, hey, like that bitch?
One of them was I was going for a layup and he tried to block me, and I think it was just an emphatic bitch. He thought he was gonna swat me off the backboard. He did miss it, which made the bitch kind of embarrassing.
Oh, that
'Cause
negates
I
the
made
bitch.
I made the layup. So that was kind of fun. And then he
What
he
an idiot.
2 possessions later dribbled down on me and
Same guy?
yeah, pulled up in my face, splashed one, and while the ball was in the air, said "bitch." I was like, "What is
Okay,
with
so
you?"
This is the guy that just likes to hedge his bets a little bit. Like he
Yeah,
likes to say bitch before the thing because it looks cooler if it happens.
exactly. He's the guy who calls game right when
Yeah.
he shoots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which when it works is a good look.
It does look sick. That second one stung because he splashed the 3 right in my face. And I
Now,
was
if
like,
that
okay.
goes, if that's hard rim, you got to just hand him his bag and it's time to leave, my friend.
Yeah.
You
That
can't be
was-
doing this here. God bless him.
What's going on with you? We haven't talked in 3 weeks. Where you been?
Where you
You were in
been? I was
Boston.
just in Boston, the beautiful city of Boston. I took an Amtrak to
God, I love
Boston.
an Amtrak.
I mean, Tom, you just took the next sentence out of my mouth. I want to take a train before a plane 10 times out of 10.
It's a beautiful way to travel. Not super cheap.
Could be cheaper.
You think it's gonna be bus level prices, but it's
Could
not.
be cheaper. Everybody in Boston, they were like, how'd you get here? And I said the train. And they looked at me like I was fucking Daddy Warbucks. They were like, whoa, whoa. You took the train?
Well, because everyone else drives between those cities, probably.
Drives, or apparently there's of course, the guy that was telling me this was a comic that he was born in 1912, but he was like, I mean, you can take a $1 bus. I was like, I don't think anything costs $1 anymore. A dollar bus.
You just get the absolute shit kicked out of you when you show
Yeah, I was
up,
like,
too.
I also want to like relax a little bit, try to get some writing done.
Train seats are big. They have a nice
They're
little
big.
table too.
And boy, you can really lean them back. I mean, I was
Yeah.
leaned back.
Lent
fe-
back.
Lent back?
It's not, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I lent back.
I was lent back.
That sounds like something like an old arrowhead you would find. You're like, oh, this is actually a lent back.
I lent back. Yeah, or it sounds like a slur. So let's.
Yeah, it's like a slur for like a stuffed animal.
Lint. That would be lint back.
But anywho, the train's 4.5 hours. A flight is 1 hour, but come on top, give me the train every time. I'm
Yeah.
thinking if I had been a little more responsible up top, I could have gotten to and fro for 120 clams.
Yeah, but did you wait a little bit?
Waited too late. Well, here's my dumbass. This is what I always do. I look at the price of the tickets like 3 week, 4 week, whenever I should in advance, and I'm like, oh, $72. That's sick. I'll get those later.
Yeah, dude, I do the same thing.
Why
And
do
then
I do this?
In your head, you're like, all right, it only costs $150 round trip to fly to Portland, and then you go look again, and it's $1,000.
Yeah, and you almost want to call them and be like, hey, I saw these 6 months ago for a lot cheaper.
What happened here?
And there's for some reason 24 hours before my flight time, they're pretty expensive.
Can you just help me understand what's going on here?
Can you help me understand?
You can't change the rules just because you don't like how I'm playing the game.
I was a little irresponsible with that, but it was fine. And then I jump on, and I thought for sure I was in the wrong place because I'd never Amtraked before. And I'm thinking, this seat is too big and too comfy.
Yeah.
And this,
You got a big front
there's,
seat.
there's no way this is what is considered coach.
It is.
There's just no way.
Yeah.
And then train starts moving. He checks my ticket, and I was like almost getting up as I gave him my ticket. Like, yeah, I'll grab my bags and
I know I'm in the wrong spot.
go to whatever hovel you have me in. And he was like, yeah, great, man. And I sat down, and boy, Tom, I whipped that notebook out and wrote some of the dumbest jokes you've ever heard in your
Hell
life.
yeah, dude. Wait, are you writing on paper?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of I can't do that. because I like editing too much. And then on paper, you got to cross things out.
Well, with the paper thing, it's just like when I'm just trying to, it's more of like a stream of consciousness situation where I'm just trying to get the evil out.
Okay.
Let's just get it out onto some paper, and then I'll go back in there and see if there's anything decent.
All right.
You know how that little number goes, and then I tried a few new jokes in Boston. One of them has some potential, but boy, Boston for a comedy town. I mean, I gotta put it up. It's in the top ranks, Tom. It's top 5. Really? Dare I say top 3?
What are you putting it in with top 3?
New York, Boston, Chicago.
Wait, do you mean scenes or audiences?
I mean, these guys, they're running great shows.
Okay, scenes.
The audiences are so good.
Mm-hmm.
The audiences are packed, and they have good senses of humor. They can take a joke. They behave well, but they're rowdy, but they're good. They like jokes. They like riffing. You could just have a lot of fun.
All right.
It was just
put it up there. I haven't done much in Boston. I think Denver's up there.
Denver it feels like a similar vibe in Denver. It's a bunch, because Boston is it's like all the shows were in Cambridge, so it's all.
Oh, is it college kids?
A lot of young kids.
Probably some grad students.
Well, it's a bunch of the smart kids. It's the Harvards, the MITs, the Dartmouths are over here, the BU, BC. It's all. And so, like, they get it, and they kind of like to be ripped on a little bit. It's just so fun. I mean, 7 for 7. The shows were so fun.
God, that rules. Duck,
I was
goose.
pumped. Duck, goose. And then I hit a little, what's it called? Boston Comedy Club. That's the thing. You could also, bippity boppity, you can hit a bunch of spots and nights flying around the city.
I'm going to Boston.
And then they all just slap, and they're all packed, and it's so fun. I mean, brother. Had an absolutely swell time. I'm going back.
Can you tell us about your hotel room?
Had a bit of a snafu when I got to here's the thing. When I was getting on the train, I was like actively trying to like really record everything in my mind's eye for the pod, because I'm like, well, surely something's gonna go wrong. I've never done the train before. Something's gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
Bada boom, bada bing. I have a little story. Well, the train gets off without a hitch, and I'm like, okay, so this is the best experience of my life.
Not good for a pod, though.
Not good for a pod.
No, you would need something to go off the rails. There we go.
Then I'm like, okay, well, I'm already here, so this is going to be amazing. And then there was a bit of a snafu with the lodging. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but I had to book a hotel very quickly in a bit of a panic situation.
Okay.
And when you don't have the luxury of the computer where you can really see everything, I'm on my cell phone just kind of panic booking a hotel. So I'm doing the math of where the hotel is versus where these shows are, the close enough, and then you're doing the price, and you're trying to find what's ever in the middle of that Venn diagram. I think I find it, book it, 3 nights, I'm in, pumped. Go there, delicious little bed and breakfast, right? 15-minute walk away from all the shows. On Harvard's campus. I thought, this is going to be great. Give me my little key. Walk back into my room. Tomas, when I tell you that it was 6 square feet. It was 6 square feet.
I saw.
And the bed, they advertised a twin bed. That was a little bit of an embellishment. I didn't know beds got smaller than a twin bed.
No, it looked like a bed that would be in like Williamsburg, like a colonial reenactment.
Yeah. They're like, this is Thomas Jefferson's old room. Like, I'm telling you, I think that room was on some sort of tour through Boston.
It had to have. Like at one point, your door just opens. There's a bunch of tourists looking in.
And like, they're mad that I'm not in costume. I'm supposed to be like churning butter. They're like, hey, dude. I don't know if they told you this at the front, but this is like a part of the tour.
You got to play Ben Franklin today. Invent electricity, dude.
I'm like, nah, dude. Actually, Da Vinci invented that. They're like, okay, they just shut the door. It was I walked right when I opened the door. I was telling you, I was like belly laughing for like 10 minutes. I've never seen a room this small. I felt like Harry Potter. Like it felt like a tiny little Harry Potter room.
Well, I had one in DC. It was a full bed, but it was a room that size. So the whole room, if I put my suitcase on the floor, I had to jump over my suitcase onto the bed.
Yes, dude. And the television that they mounted on the wall, no clue why they mounted it on the wall. It was smaller than a 13-inch MacBook Pro. It was Michael Scott at the dinner party.
I love this TV. I love this TV. Sometimes I will just stand here and watch TV for hours.
On your $0 an hour plus benefits, babe. I mean, Tom,
watched that episode.
It was just the funniest room. And every time I would go back and open the door, I don't know how if we could put this on somehow the pod. It was just the goofiest,
I gotta plug in the picture right here.
It was, but you know what? At the end of the day, pretty cozy.
There's a glass half full right there.
It was a pretty cozy little situation.
Cozy little room. You don't need much.
No bathroom in the room. Had to go down the hall for the bathroom.
That's tough.
Also had to shower down the hall. Didn't love that. Can't say I was like pumped about that situation.
I mean, our chosen career is really insane. For quite a while, it's going to be like this, where you just stay wherever you can.
Yeah, it was X amount of dollars a night, and it was close enough to the shows. And I said, bingo, I'll just take what this is. It certainly can't be as bad as I'm picturing. It was worse, Tom.
I mean, I'm right there with you. I stayed in a $32 a night Airbnb in Houston.
Never even heard of that.
And also booked it last minute. Well, I last minute decided to do the thing where like the club was like, you can take the hotel or we can give you an extra $300.
Give you an extra coin.
And I was like,
did Chase fraud hit you? And they're like, hey man, somebody's trying to book the shittiest hotel of all time on your card.
Yeah,
are you sure you want this?
Even if it is you, are you positive you want to do this? Like, I'll report it as fraud. You can get that refund.
Get that. No, just get a nice room. We'll report it, but we can't let you stay here.
I can't. In good faith, we can't let you stay. $32 a night. It was advertised, and I apologize if you've seen this at a show now because I instantly got a fun little bit out of it. But it was advertised as a Houston Zen Garden getaway.
Oh my God, boy! People just don't give
pull whatever
a shit
you want
anymore.
Yeah.
People don't.
It's just
care.
like a blatant lie. All that meant was no furniture in the room. It was a
beautiful minimalist
experience
in Houston, Texas.
Also, my son's going to be staying on the couch in the main room.
He does piss his pants quite a bit.
Oh my God, dude. I was cracking up. The same thing as you. Like, I opened the door to the room and I was like, all right. I don't know about Zen Garden. I guess there is a salt rock lamp in the corner.
You're like, for some reason, there is sand on the ground.
And a rake, but it's like a leaf rake. It was dude, the weird part about it is it had a bathroom attached. Like I had my own bathroom, and the bathroom was like the nicest bathroom of all time. I'm like, divert some of this budget into a bed for it.
Well, wait a second. So you had bathroom in the room.
Had bathroom in the room and a nice shower. So I do have to beat you there.
I gotta chalk that up as kind of a huge win.
Yeah, that was a W.
Because I mean, when I walked, 30 yards down the hall to go take a shower, boy, you just hate that. I'm walking out in my little sandals and my Dob kit, and I'm holding my, my fucking towel. And then
are you
doing
going towel on the waist? Or are you dressed?
Oh, I'm fully dressed.
Okay.
There's not a chance on earth. My big fat ass is walking around there shirtless, Tom. They'd charge me more, honestly. Right when I check in, they're like, "You're not going to be shirtless at any moment, are you?"
Right?
Because that's actually a fee for big fat pieces of shit like you.
They're like, "Yeah, your friend Tom called that. He just he's."
I'm like, "Oh no, that must be a mistake." My friends just said I have a thick build. They're like, "No, you're fat."
No, but it's mostly in the dumper.
You're grossing everybody out. Also, we canceled breakfast in the morning. You can't have any. Maybe skip a meal.
Hey, we're only letting you eat between 12 and 4. We're doing intermittent fasting here.
Looks like you've been doing a little intermittent fatting. All right.
There it is.
We're having fun. We're having fun. That might be the name.
Intermittent
So-
fatting. Yes, absolutely.
So, but here's the thing is Lizzie was supposed to come to Boston because Boston's just an unbelievable city.
Yeah.
We ended up nixing that idea, and thank God we did because it was 5 degrees.
Oh yeah, and you were
And
doing a million shows. That's not that fun. She'd have to run around with you.
Well, it was like if she could have if we could have gone out during the day, done some Boston shit, but it was like 5 to -10 degrees.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't want to. What are we doing?
No, that's a stay inside.
Let's stay inside.
Yeah,
and then
you
I
got
did
your
the
nice
classic
hotel room.
I almost actually did a little into the wild and died by accident. Thursday night had a real nice, hot and delicious heater. Crowd of about 100. When you're just cooking and you're like the riffs are hitting, everything's just hitting.
Yeah,
having a fun time. And somebody was like, "Do you need me to give you a ride home?" It's like 15 degrees outside, and I was like, "I'm walking."
I love a walk after a hot one.
I'm walking. I gotta get the energy out. I got some Drizzy in my headphones that I just gotta put into my ears.
Yep.
And I'm walking, and I intentionally just go way past where my hotel was, and it's one of those things where you get out too deep, and then you're like, "Oh no!"
Now I am chilly, and I would like to be home.
Now my toes are blue, and they're starting to hurt quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
15, you said 15 below.
No, that night. It was about 11.
Oh, okay, but still, that
11's not great.
No.
But we would do that in Chicago. But I just got out too far, and then you can start to feel like my fingernails started to fall off. And I was like,
to fall off.
No, Tom, come on. Have you ever comedic? Jesus.
I was like, I think you have low vitamin C or something. I don't know what it is.
I'm like, well, my eyeballs started to come out of socket. You're like,
started vomiting aggressively.
Boy, that is not good. So then I had to jog back. That takes all the fun out of it.
Oh, that complete. Now you're working.
Now it hit the point where I was like, it's time I have to run.
It's because you also then that warms you up too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a double effect.
Wow. So, it was, but the shows are unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't recommend Boston enough. It's just, they run great shows, great
were in
great comics.
In Boston, I was in Austin, and not a lot of great stories. I got a couple good travel, quick little things. But Austin was a blast. Velveeta Room ripped. It is next to a drag show, and it's very loud. You can hear it the whole time, which isn't the best. But it was a fun time. People came out, had some pod listeners. We got a new pod listener. Emily brought a huge group. Told her I'd give her a shout out.
Love that.
Yeah, shout out Emily in Austin. And then okay, so this is fun. On my flight back, I get to the airport, and I'm kind of cutting it close because I went to the Delta Lounge, which just rules. It's an amazing thing. And I saw Jim Harbaugh, famous coach Jim Harbaugh in the Delta Lounge.
JH?
Yeah, so
was he being swarmed, or are people keeping it in the pocket?
So at first it was very cool. I just went up, sat down at the bar, ordered a little gin and Tommy. That's a gin and soda with lime.
Love that.
And they didn't love it. They didn't know what I was talking about when I said it. And I was like, come on, this is gonna catch on. And I order a drink. I look sideways, and he's sitting at the end of the bar. And I was like, I think that's Jim Harbaugh.
Is he doing the thing where he's trying to maybe mask who he is a little bit?
He looked exactly like he does when he coached. He had a pullover on and a hat. And
but it wasn't like hoodie and he was trying to stay in the corner. Okay.
No, he's keeping a lower profile, but he's just sitting down. And I'm like, I think that's him, whatever. And then I noticed a couple other people behind him are looking at him. So I was like, that's definitely him. Yeah. But I was like, it's the Delta Lounge. It's the ghetto. Everyone's just trying to keep to themselves before a flight. Don't say anything. Yeah. And I think everyone was doing a good job of that. Then this loser comes out of nowhere, and he's like, hey, coach. Calls him coach from 10 feet away. He's like, coach, think I get a picture? And he was like, oh, sorry, what? And he had his headphones in, and he goes, can I get a picture? And then everyone turns and is looking.
Oh.
And he goes, I'd rather not. Can I sign something for you though? Like he just didn't want to take a picture.
Fair.
And the guy was like, oh yeah, for sure. And then he's like, hey, to the bartender. He's like, can I get a napkin? He's like yelling.
Keep it in the pocket, idiot.
This guy, he's like panicking. It's kind of sounded like he was like, come on. He just said he'd sign something. It's like,
I
don't think
anybody
he's
have any
going
tits
anywhere.
he can sign? He's like, lady, give me your tits.
Lady, come on. Give me your tits. I got to get an autograph. It was so odd. And then like 4 other people came up and like got in line, like a line formed.
You know, that's a tough life.
Yeah, and every guy that got it was all dudes, and everyone when they got to him said, I didn't want to bother you, but then I'm like, no, you had the first you had the
look, I didn't want to bother you, but if this guy's gonna bother you, then I certainly am gonna bother you.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and pile on here. It's like,
because thank God you got Jim Harbaugh to sign your Delta Lounge napkin.
It's so dumb. I've never gotten autographs, really, if I'm being honest. If there was a picture of you with them or something.
Yeah, or if it's like some sort of Michigan memorabilia, or
Yeah.
if it's like after a big game or some shit like that. But like you're just in the lounge at Delta. Boy, and he really thought he was in a safe space there. That should be a safe space.
It should be. And it's like, and I kind of liked the vibe. Like I liked seeing, I was like, that's cool that I just saw him. And I texted you guys and I was like, that's about as much as I need from this.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
I got quarantined with a juvenile one time
You
coming
told me this.
back from Jamaica, and his wife was none too pleased, and I only got quarantined because they didn't believe my name was Tim Smith.
Which is fair.
They looked at my ID and they're like, yeah, why don't you go right in that room over there, asshole.
We got a little treat for you though. Juvenile's in there.
Yeah, Juvie wasn't playing it as low key. He was like dressed in all gold, and you kind of looked at him and you're like, if this guy's not a rapper, I'm gonna punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, then I really hate him. If he is a successful rapper, cool look.
Not bad. Not mad at you. Harbaugh, you know, I wish he'd have played a little hard ball with these guys and been like, hey,
there it is.
Why don't you get the hell out of my face here?
I do wish that would have been fun. I liked that he turned down the picture because he was like, I don't want to start this. I think that's what he was saying. Is like,
because that would have snowballed into madness.
That would have been tough because it's right. I mean, we were right in the middle. There's 100 people in there.
I wish he'd have just completely flipped the script and he's like, hey, can I get a picture? And he's like, no. But actually, there is a Chili's right down there. You could go get me some like chicken tots, though.
Would you just run a couple of errands for me? Go check in on my flight, too. Let them know I'm
like,
here.
Because the guy, he'd have been like, sure, I go.
Yeah,
chicken tenders, right?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Will you sign them for me?
He's like, yeah, just bring me the receipt. I'll sign the receipt. You can keep that if you want, but like, just bring me the chicken tenders.
Actually, the merchant will need that back because I have the tip on it.
But if you bring me the customer copy, that's all you, my guy.
It's got the last 4 digits of my credit card on there, actually, too.
I mean, now that's a move right there.
That would be fun. So that stunk. That was maybe my 0 of the week. I think that guy, because he really started it, and it sucked. When I left, there was still 2 guys hanging by him, and then another guy pulled up a chair at the bar, and I think he thought he was being the cool guy. He thought he was doing what I was doing, which is like down the other end of the bar. I was just watching, and he pulls up right next to him. There's plenty of space further down. Pulls up right next to him. He's like, "Oh, what's up?" Like he didn't notice.
Like he was like, "Hey, I'm not going to ask you for an autograph. I do want to talk football, though.
I want to hang out." Yeah.
I do want to be your friend.
Draft prospects coming out of Michigan this year.
Well, which is infinitely worse.
Way worse. He was
like,
sitting at the far end of the bar by himself.
Look, I'm not going to ask for an autograph. I would like 30 minutes of your time and attention, though.
And just
you
like maybe
idiot.
a budding friendship.
That is so annoying. It's, you know, here's the move. If you were sitting next to him and you were already sitting next to him and you look over and you notice it's Jim Harbaugh, you can maybe slide something over and be like, do you mind if I get an autograph?
Yeah, like really quiet. Not, hey, coach.
Yeah. Oh, because that guy wanted to be the guy that recognized him because he knows football better than everybody else because he recognized him.
He does. Yeah. And he could have coached if he really put his heart into it.
Boy, I just really don't like that at all. That I would say that's a solid 0. Ooh, I have a little bit of a 0.
Please.
On the delicious train to Boston, lady, because like the Norman joke where like he's like the plane is like, get a beer, get in here.
The train is.
You can just kind of get on the train.
Right. You get your ticket gets checked 45 minutes in. You're already in another city.
Yeah. And this lady is she's like doing she's trying to play dumb. I'm not exactly sure what she's up to, but she's trying to play dumb. She's going, oh, well, actually, this is how this policy has been the entire time. And I've never heard this before. And the guy was like, oh, no. I've worked here for 15 years. It's never been our policy. And she goes, oh, yeah, I guess I'll just pay for it here. Then she was trying to just lie.
Just said, but like didn't have a good one.
Didn't have a good one. And it was also like she had a nice watch on, nice glasses, nice luggage, dressed well. She was just trying to lie.
I kind of respect the effort. I would more so respect just like trying to get on and like sneak around until the conductor passed you.
Keep moving seats.
Yeah. More than just like just a lame lie right to their face.
It was she hit a veteran too. Yeah, she hit a veteran. And he wasn't into that lie even a little bit.
Well, he's like, this is not what we're doing.
Called her on it immediately. I really loved it. I was also across the aisle from what seemed to be a conductor, not of a train. Like he had script music up on his computer.
It's very confusing
the whole time.
A train.
I know. I was like, damn, dude, are you conducting? Never mind. So, and he kept like, but he kept like doing the fingers stuff. Like he was like,
oh, that's a little performative.
But there was really no one around, and I wasn't giving him too much.
Okay.
I don't think he thought he was doing it for me.
Just in the middle, you're like, you're like, I'll do percussion.
I'm like, I love Whiplash. And but to his credit, he did it for like 3 hours.
So he was really working on something.
He was working on something, and he was clicking back and forth, and he wasn't really looking around. Because you're kind of in your own world, and the seats are tall. Not a lot of people.
So excited! I'm taking an Amtrak in 2 weeks. I can't wait.
I might just take one around the country,
dude. That would be a fun year.
I was shocked at how expensive they were because I was like, maybe I'll get like my own cabin. It was like $1,400.
Oh, the sleeper cars are crazy. My mom and I are taking the train from Portland to LA. And my mom pulled the trigger on a sleeper car, and I don't want to know how expensive it was. I'm like, we could have just gone to Hawaii or something.
Big. Portland to LA sleeper car. You know what the great thing about the internet is?
You're going to find out what it was. Well, it was the same thing where we forgot to book it right away. So probably also ended up paying more than what it is. But
Portland to LA Amtrak.
Oh, what are we looking at right now?
By the way, I didn't have the balls to go to the cafe.
Oh, it's so fun.
I didn't have the balls to do it.
Oh, I like grabbing a beer and a snack. They have little cheese plates.
I know. I saw a bunch of people eating them. Tom, they look delicious.
Did you go to the sightseeing car?
No.
Oh, what's it called again? Oh, the observation deck. It rules.
No, I stayed in my seat.
Oh, you gotta hit the observation car. It's like it's one of the cars that's all windows.
Oh, son of a bitch. You see, I didn't know
that's
any
where
of this was available.
Writing. Oh, that's where you go right a little bit.
You can just go hang in there?
Yeah, you grab a beer and go hang in the observation room.
Oh, rules. I mean, boy, I wish you would have. This is a huge blunder, Tom.
Yeah,
I thought I was really living.
Next time. You'll know.
And I was even looking up the thing on my phone, and it was like the cafe is open to all customers. And I was like, well, certainly not me.
No, I'm gonna get in there and see what the fuck are you doing?
Like, whoa! Hey, maybe skip a meal. How about that?
You're so in your head, dude.
Tom, I'm telling you, I've been spiraling.
Oh God! Wait, speaking of spiraling,
me being fat.
Yeah. No, I was. I'm in the airport. I'm running to my gate because I sat in the Delta Lounge and watched Jim Hardball for way too long, and I almost missed my flight. I run up to my gate, and they're already boarding, and I'm like, but I can't tell like what group is boarding, so I go up to this guy. It's fun when you just pick the wrong person to ask, but I go up to this guy. He looks like he's around my age, and I tap him on the elbow, and I go, hey,
tap him on the elbow.
Yeah, just a little light arm tap,
Huh.
And I was like, "Hey, man, do you know what group is boarding?" And he is just clearly stoned out of his mind. And he looks back at me and he goes, he's such an LA bro too. He goes, I literally wrote down what he said. He goes, "Oh, no idea, bro. On God, I'm the wrong person to ask."
On God.
He said, "On God."
You're like, hey, I hate to. There's not that many boarding groups, my guy.
Yeah, it was like, and it was just one. We were on group one. They called group two pretty shortly after, but he's standing there staring at the gate, and he was probably doing the same thing. He's like, "I have no idea what boarding group they're on."
Oh, that's a classic. That Eddie was too strong.
It was so funny. It's exactly what was happening. It was hitting him too early,
Yeah,
and he freaked out when I asked him.
Eddie was too strong. On God,
he was like, "Oh, bro, on God, I think I'm the wrong dude to ask." And I was like, "Oh, no worries, dude." I was like, "I can just ask someone else. It's not a big deal."
I kind of love that guy. He seems like a decent hang.
He was absolutely a decent person because he felt really bad that he didn't know, but he obviously was just ripped out of his head.
God, I fucking love that so much. Here's a little Tomas. So on my way, I got a 6:30 Amtrak out of Boston.
A? Ooh.
A. I like to get up and get out of there.
Yeah. Well, especially you weren't leaving much to be desired in the
it wasn't like, let me stay in this big comfy bed that I can't roll over in.
Feet are touching the walls. You're like, yeah, I could get up early.
So I walk over to the train. Trains don't open that early there. Me, classic East Coast New York guy, trains run all the time. So I go down there. Everything's just blocked off. Now I'm confused. Got to call an Uber. Everyone cancels on me. I ordered Uber. He accepts it. I send him a message immediately. Please don't cancel. And he calls me. I love this guy. He calls me. This is my hero of the week. Calls me, and he's essentially like, it's like a boyfriend reassuring like a battered woman that he's not going to hit her. He was like, dude, I would never cancel on you. I'm
mean
on
so
my
much
way.
to me.
I know you got to get somewhere, and I'm coming, but I'm not canceling on you. And I was like, I love you so much, dude. Like, it means a lot. So
you just know what I've been through, and I'm sorry if I'm bringing some of my trauma to this relationship.
So he gets me, and then he really hams it up quite a bit. He told me the whole 15-minute ride that he would never cancel on me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in the car.
Yeah, no, I'm not. The concern has passed.
I'm in the car.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get back to this Drake and 21 Savage song.
I'm going to get you where you need to go.
And I'm like, okay, can we just keep it moving here? So we go to, it's like historically cold. And I go to the train station, and it looked like I was freaked the fuck out. It looked like, in Batman, I think it's the third one.
Which series?
when Cillian Murphy is like he has like the ripped suit, and he's like sitting way up top.
And
he's like being the judge. Is that the Dark Knight?
It's the one. No, Dark Knight Rises with Bane. He's doing the court, the people's court.
Yes, it's with Bane. It looked exactly like that. It was
that is in an abandoned train station, I think.
It was like homeless people were everywhere inside of this thing but they were homeless people, and they were also cops because I think it was so cold. They had to let him sleep in there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Well, and here's where you really question who you are as a person, because I'm like, homeless people need help. Homelessness is a huge problem in this society. We have a society that takes advantage of people. Yeah. And then when you're around 4 homeless people, you're like, get away from me. How are these people within 10 yards of me? Get away. Why are you here?
It's the empathy goes right out the window.
Right out of the
behind
window.
The screen. I mean, I'm the same way.
I really questioned who I was because, you see them come, they look like zombies. They're walking so slow, and they look like shit. And there's like tumbleweeds going by because it's just like a big kind of an airplane hangar. And they're just everywhere, and it's quiet, and then every single one of them is coming up to you. I mean, I look like a fucking mark, apparently. They can tell I'm lost. They don't know where I'm at. So they're all coming up to me and asking me for shit. And that's when I was like, maybe, we should just
Oh,
We should put these people on an island or something and then bomb that island. I mean, this sucks.
oh, you really took it. You're like, you start to question who you are as a person. You jumped right to, let's just murder them.
Let's just murder him. Tom, it was so bad because I was like, surely this is not where I'm supposed to be. And then I'm looking over at the cops and I'm like, are you guys seeing this shit?
Are there any other non-homeless passengers that are there with you?
Yes.
And what were
they
they
all looked very spooked.
You guys didn't like band together?
Well, because you're kind of, I'm only now I'm just looking for people that have luggage and or look terrified.
Luggage, those but not a people, shopping cart.
Not a shopping cart.
More of like a zipped up suitcase situation. Because everyone in there had baggage. We know that.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that is a tied up bag, but I don't know if he's getting on the Amtrak with 200 Coca-Cola cans.
Oh, it's such a sad fucking problem in our country, and
then when it's
really
in your
hard,
face, you're a real piece of shit. I turned into a piece of shit.
I can't say I'm better. It's 3 blocks from me. There's an underpass or an overpass. Is it an underpass or an overpass?
I think it's an overpass.
They're under the overpass.
Correct.
And it's terrifying. And I'm not going to lie. I accidentally was walking through there about a month ago. Kind of hit a quick sprint.
Yeah.
I was like, I accidentally got here. And I'm like, we need to fix homelessness, all this stuff. I see a bunch of tents and a broken down van. And I was like, uh-oh.
Ooh. I'm about to hit my 240 speed and get the hell out of here. So that was me. And then I got on the train and really had a lot of questions for myself. Didn't answer any of them, but I did have a lot of questions. I didn't feel good with my initial gut reaction to massive homelessness in my face.
Yeah, I don't know that makes just if you feel like you would have handled it better, we'd love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear. How would you have handled it better?
Yeah, exactly.
And here's the thing: I wanted to go get some food, but I didn't because I'm like, they're just gonna beg me for my food. And I didn't want to sit there and eat a McMuffin right in front of them.
And if they come up and ask you, and you dump the food on the ground, you say, "You owe me a meal now." Have you gotten that one in New York?
No, I avoid those people.
I got that once.
Oh, they just drop a plate of chicken bones and they're like, that was my lunch tomorrow.
It was like the oldest looking rice I've ever seen. He just threw it on the ground in front of me and it said I knocked it out of his hand.
Did you give him a little dough?
I gave him a slice of pizza.
That's not bad.
Well, he actively told me that that's not what he wanted. He said he wanted money. And then I said, I'm not going to give you money. Sorry. And then he goes, I'll take the slice of pizza.
Incredible.
Like, all right.
Dude, I'm with Maddie Ryan down there. Similar thing happens. Guy comes up. Maddie over-ordered on pizza, so he had like too many slices. And the guy comes up looking for food. Maddie's like, oh, dude, perfect. I was about to just see if somebody wants this pizza anyways. He's like, here you go. And the guy went off on him because he's lactose intolerant, and that makes Maddie a racist.
Oh, man.
Maddie's like, you can't be lactose intolerant and homeless.
That is a tough life.
I mean, you're begging for food outside of a pizzeria. There's a lot of cheese going on.
Pick a different corner.
Yeah, go to the vegan place down the street.
You got to post up outside of Sweet Green.
I mean, it was unbelievable. I don't know. So I got a lot of work to do with myself, physically and emotionally.
No, who doesn't?
I got to figure out what I actually believe in this world. Boy, it's real easy to believe what you believe when it's not right in your fucking face.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've believed that I didn't need a lot of money to live on, and then I no longer have a day job. And guess what?
And you're like, oh, money's important.
It's like I was paying for a lot of things before this. That's crazy.
No, you're doing fine. You're an LA kid.
Doing fine. I'm selling koozies on the road. That's how I'm paying rent. At some point in every comedian's career, I think you become reliant on T-shirts and koozies.
Yeah, you become a T-shirt salesman for a small stint of your life.
It's really,
but that's fine. It's we're in shitty hotels, we're in little Airbnbs, we're making it. But you know what, Tom? We're out there serving up a couple of yucks.
Got a couple laughs going.
Decent time. Tom, where are you gonna be?
This comes out tomorrow. I will be in. Whoa, I'm on the wrong year. This weekend, Portland, Oregon, Kelsey Cook. Next weekend, Seattle and Portland with Becky Robinson. And then if you're in LA, we got a Red Show Blue Show secret lineup.
Red Show Blue Show.
On the 24th. And then headlining Cincinnati. If we have any Cincinnati people, go bananas. March 2nd. But primarily for our Minnesota and Chicago people, Minnesota Sisyphus in March 10th and 11th. And
Bingo.
then Chicago Zanies April 19th.
Let's go.
The youngest kid alive is headlining with old Timmy Smith hitting the feach butt.
Somebody might have a special drop-in guest. We don't know who's going to be featuring, but a guest might be there.
Yeah, sorry, might be. It could be.
Could be a good friend of Todd. It's not his roommate. It's not his brother-in-law, but it could be a good friend
it could
of
be
his.
a good friend. Yes, that'll be a blast.
Hitting the goddamn
where are you gonna be?
feet. You love to see that. I'm ratting around New York this week. I'll be in Houston, Texas, the 16th and the 17th.
Are you going with Jeep?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the riot rules. That's where I was last week.
It's gonna be a riot, and then we're I'm going there the 16th. If you're in Houston, if you're in Texas,
we do have Houston listeners. Go see Tim and Jeff. That'll be a blast.
Jeff's the best comedian of all time.
Really
I will
is.
also be there, being the fattest comedian of all time.
No,
and then I'm back in New York City, and then April I'm in Washington. I'm in a bunch of different places, and then end of the month with the young man in Chicago. Headlining Comedy Bar the 19th through the 21st. Come on out.
Wait, the 19th?
The 18th through the 21st.
No, the 20th.
I'll be there the 20th and the 21st, headlining the Comedy Bar in Chicago.
Whatever that weekend is.
Bunch of fun times coming up. Come see the boys. We're doing it. We're out here making it happen.
All right. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in